Hello, you're listening to the Victorious Working Mom podcast with your host, Dr. Neki Choku. Hello, lovelies. How are you? How's your week going? Mine's going okay. um, Figured I'd jump on and I wanted to explain the name of Victorious Working Mom podcast. It didn't come easy, but I think it helps explain kind of the zhuzh or the vibe or the jam of this podcast. So, I have been thinking about doing a podcast for over 3 years. And I found every way to talk myself out of it. I'm too busy. What would I have to say that anybody wouldn't listen to? I hate the sound of my voice, yada, yada, yada. And I decided to get a little bit more serious about it. I, get curious. I picked up a podcasting book by Dr. Nee Darko. I jump on YouTube every now and then. And then it was like, you know what? I was on a rotation, or I was a preceptor for a med student. And at the end of the rotation, he gave me this beautiful card and this basil plant. And it was just like, you really need to have a podcast. You need to record what you say. And it was just like, wow, I still have the card saved. It was like the sweetest thing ever. And it was like, he's just gassing me up. But if people would just ask me intermittently, so do you have a podcast? When you have a podcast, I'm like, why are they asking me that? Now, I listen to podcasts all the time. Some that I really love, like Yes Girl, Love Hour, Righteous and Ratchet, Brown Ambition, Docs Outside the Box. And Docs Outside the Box really inspired me. Um, Dr. Nee Darko, he was just like a year or two ago, like, anything you're trying to do, just go for it, just start. And he was like, yeah. But I still have the issue of time and trying to balance husband and children and full-time career and everything else. But it would not leave me alone. It would nag me as I, work towards with an LLC for my medical acupuncture, micro practice, and it just felt like it kept calling me. And I've been in primary care for years, and I have recently transitioned into urgent care full time, and it was really hard for me emotionally to kind of let go of being someone's personal physician. And excuse me, I felt a little bit like a sellout. Like, am I abandoning my patients? And I know some of the connections that I've had with some of my patients, especially women, especially working women, the challenges that it presents just to make time for yourself for appointment to the doctor, to finally be in a situation where you're the priority. And, I really wanted to honor that space and what those women shared with me and their challenges. And I'm like, urgent care is a briefer period of time, and it does allow me to serve people in a different way. You don't have that continuity. So it felt like going back to the idea of the podcast is a way to, because if you've been in an exam room with me, we talk about a variety of things, and it is a lot of it, all of it's health related, but people are concerned about different stuff, their relationships, um, obviously their children, stress about work, about the finances, concerns about aging, concerns about their sexual health, mental health, um, their spirituality. You cover a lot. And I was just like, wow, amazing conversations, amazing topics. And I learn I learn as much from people as they think they learn from me, even though they book the appointment with me. I just said, how do I share that? How do I give that back? Almost like a love letter to those women that I had the honor of serving. Some of them are our nation's heroes. When I worked in the VA, and some of them they're fighting the everyday fight, taking care of the next generation, and teachers and pastors and fellow physicians and nurses and janitors. I mean, all walks of life. Okay, so the name. I was trying to something to incorporate, the fact that I'm a family doctor, I have public health background, I have certification in acupuncture, and I was really stuck on the name because I know a name could be a big deal. And then I was like, okay, Zen is calm. At first, I was like, oh, stress detox. People don't like to talk about stress. I played around with it. I pulled it in some Facebook groups I'm in, and it was just like it just didn't speak to me. I'm like, I'm the one that has to say this. It just didn't speak to me. And I already have my acupuncture practice as Victorious Touch Acupuncture. That's the official LLC. And I didn't even think about adding Victorious. It came late. I was like Googling names, get on these name generators and asking folk around. Uh it is like Victorious Working Mom. And okay, why the working mom? Some people be like, everything ain't got about being a mother, man. Why can't it just be being a woman? And it can be. You can't nobody say you can't listen to this if you not a. You can listen to this if you a man. I'm not gonna stop you. I'm not gonna stop you from subscribing or rating this. I'm not gonna stop you. That is like I gotta speak to somebody to speak to everybody. The human experience is a human experience. So if you not a working mom, you are free to listen to this. And if you're a mother that um is not employed in your work is in the household, some people would say like housewife, that's a job, so you included too. You is working. I just wanted to, and yes, I said is on purpose. I just wanted to narrow in on what was closer to my experience and I feel I could speak to with a little more authority. And my life as a mom has been working outside the home. So we will get to different walks of life because there's people who work at home. They're working for somebody, they're working at home. There's women who are, as we would call, stay at home moms. There are challenges when, say, maybe your other partner is a stay at home parent. And we're going to get into it. We can talk about what you want to talk about. I had to speak about what I know about. So, just in having that voice to speak to, but everybody is welcome to listen. You're welcome to listen, share it, rate it. Yes. So, that, um, when I saw Victorious Working Mom, because it was somebody had something like, actually, my sister has Happy Working Mom, and I was like, oh, that's so catchy. And I wanted something like that, but not necessarily happy. But you see, Victorious, because I was like Zen Working Mom, Zen Care, Zen RX, Zen Living. But Victorious, not just because of the acupuncture practice, I wasn't even think about that at first, was it captivated me because you want to know that no matter what you're going through, you're going to come out winning. And not just surviving. I felt like Victorious talks about thriving. And that really spoke to me because I know I go through it sometimes. Some days are hard. Sometimes the work is hard. Sometimes being a parent is hard. Sometimes being a wife is hard. Just being a grown woman, it has its challenges. And I want to know that after I have conquered the obstacles and put the kids to bed and I put my head down, that I'm like, I'm winning. And that victorious part of it, that being triumphant, I'm not calm all the time, but I want to be victorious. So that's what stuck with me. And I guess who's listening to it, this resonated with you too. And then, I did a little Google search and iTunes search, and I didn't see it anywhere. So I was like, you know what? After I've polled it, I'm the one that has to say, you are listening to and the Victorious Working Mom podcast. I felt like if I wasn't the host, I'd listen to the podcast like that. Because the spirit I want to give you is life is a struggle, it's a challenge, it's awesome, it's a journey, and you have it what it takes to overcome, to not just survive but to thrive. You are already winning. And those times that you feel down, that looks like you're facing defeat, that maybe you lost a battle, you haven't lost a war, and you're not by yourself. I got you. We got you. I may not be a guru and everything, but I'm definitely can be a girlfriend, hold that space for you, root for you, encourage you, and help you get the resources to win. There's different tools we got in our toolbox. There's different weaponry that we can use to win this thing called life. And the different aspects of our lives that can challenge us, that can feel overwhelming, that can cause us to feel stressed out. Let's hash it out. You know, in the for real, in a practical way, in a way that's not too stuffy. I would say woo woo in a good way. Um, let's do it. I'm trying to find it out for me in minds, and I believe that you're trying to find it out too. So if you want to laugh a little bit, cry a little bit, kiki, tee hee hee, whatever you call it, let's do it, and let's grow, glow, and go about our business. Cause ain't nobody got time to be stressed out and overwhelmed. We got things to do, right? So why not do it in victory and being victorious? So that is kind of the mojo around the victorious working mom. You get a little bit of me, you get a little bit of um, other people giving input. I think you'll enjoy it because I plan to enjoy it. Um, I hope that I can ride along with you to work while you're working out, while you're running errands, while you're cooking in the kitchen, while you're cleaning up, while you're relaxing. Let's let's ride this journey together and win. All right. Have a great one. Until next time.